Mantras of our Divine Mother. Our Divine Mother says, O Lord, Thy presence is settled within me like an unshakable rock, and the whole being exalts in belonging to Thee without the least reserve, with a wide and complete surrender. With my love and blessings, says our Divine Mother. Words of our Divine Mother, taken from the compilations of the works of our Divine Mother, book The Divine Mother and Her Miraculous Touch. Topic Divine Solicitude, page 554. Our Divine Mother says, with all my will, I am working for the disappearance of suffering from the world. And she was by the side of all those who asked for her help and guidance. Never forget that you are not alone. Never forget that you are not alone. The Divine is with you, helping and guiding you. He is the companion who never fails, the friend whose love comforts and strengthens. Have faith and He will do everything for you. Day and night, hundreds and thousands of calls keep coming, but the consciousness is always alert and it answers. Only one is a limitation. One is limited only materially by time and space, says our Divine Mother. One child comes up to the mother and says, my little mother, peace, peace, give me your unalloyed peace and make me conscious of you. For this our Divine Mother says, peace be with you, my child, the peace of certitude and of confidence in my love, which never leaves you. The child says, my dear mother, I want to be like the lion on the envelope I am sending you this evening. For this our Divine Mother says, my dear little lion, I am in your heart that it may be happy, in your head that it may be peaceful, and in your hand that it may be skillful. Our Divine Mother says, I am taking you into my arms and cradling you to my heart so that you may have the true happiness and unalloyed peace. Love from your little mother who is always with you. Have no fear. Nothing has the power to take you away from me, for I am always with you, in you. Our Divine Mother says, I am with you because I am you or you are mine. I am with you, that signifies a world of things, because I am with you on all levels, on all planes, from the Supreme Consciousness down to my most physical consciousness. Here in Pondicherry, you cannot breathe without breathing my consciousness. There is a special personal tie between you and me, between all who have turned to the teaching of Sri Aurobindo and myself. And it is well understood, distance does not count. You may be in France, you may be at the other end of the world, or in Pondicherry. This tie is always true and living. And each time there comes a call, each time there is a need for me to know that I may send you out a force, an inspiration, or protection, or any other thing, a sort of message comes to me all of a sudden, and I do the needful. With those whom I accepted as disciples, to whom I have said yes, there is more than a tie. There is an emanation of me. This emanation wants me whenever it is necessary and tells me what's happening. When the baker wants to make the dough of his bread rise, he puts some leaven into it, and it is from within that the transformation takes place. When the divine wanted to rouse matter, awaken it and make it rise towards God, he threw himself into matter under the form of love, and it is from within that the transformation takes place. In the evening, at the balcony, there was a crowd. It was bigger crowd than ever it was. It spread out into all streets. As far as I could see, the streets were full of people. Then I came out, says our Divine Mother. As I came out, there arose from this crowd like an imploring, a prayer, and a protest about the condition the world is in, particularly this country. And that rose up in waves. I looked at it, and then I said to myself, it is not my day, it is Sri Aurobindo's day. And when he has put in front, standing in front, he simply said, the Lord knows best what he is doing. At each darshan, I have the feeling that I am a different person. Sometimes a kind of transposition of Sri Aurobindo, a veiled Sri Aurobindo, and sometimes a person whom I know very well, but who's not this one. Once I was like that. This happened to me many times. Our Divine Mother says it is more than an expression, a type of vibration, an atmosphere, more than exact features. Yes, it would be rather that. Someone who exists in a permanent way somewhere and with whom we are in contact. The body by itself has more than a feeling. A kind of, it is a knowledge, more than a knowledge, it is a fact. There are many beings, forces, personalities who manifest themselves through it, even sometimes several at the same time. That is a very common experience. That Sri Aurobindo is there. He speaks, he sees, he has his own way of seeing and expressing himself. That happens very often. And what was strange is that this time, the 24th, when I come to the balcony, it was someone who looks from a sort of plane of eternity with a great benevolence mixed in, but with an absolute calmness, absolute indifference. The two are together looking like that, and our Divine Mother describes the waves far down below, as if it was seen from very far away, from very high up, seen with an eternal vision. It was that which my body was feeling when I came to the balcony. The body was saying, I must aspire so that the force may descend upon all these people. And that it was like, and our Divine Mother gives a sweeping gesture from above. Oh, very benevolent, but a sort of indifference, the indifference of eternity. And all this the body feels as though something were making use of it. Our Divine Mother says, Why are we on earth? To find the divine who is in each one of us in all things. What is the true destiny of mine? The true destiny is to reach the divine consciousness. Who am I? The divine under many disguises. Thou art all love, O Lord, and thy love shines resplendently in the depths of every thought and every heart. O victorious power of divine love, thou art the sovereign master of this universe, thou art its creator, its savior. Thou hast permitted it to emerge from chaos, and now thou leadest it to its eternal goal. O love, divine love, spread abroad in the world, regenerate life, enlighten intelligence, break the barriers of egoism, scatter the obstacles of ignorance, shine resplendent as sovereign master of the earth. O Supreme Master, O Supreme Giver of illumination and purity, grant that all substance and every activity may be no more anything other than a constant manifestation of thy divine love, thy sovereign serenity. Question, sweet mother, how should one spend the darshan day and on one's birthday? For this, our Divine Mother says, in search of a knowledge truer than ordinary knowledge. The 5th and 9th of December, in understanding what death is, on one's birthday, in finding out the purpose of life. Because of the rhythm of the universal forces, a person is supposed to have a special receptivity on his birthday each year. He can therefore take advantage of this receptivity by making good resolutions and fresh progress on the path of his integral development. Our Divine Mother says, my dear child, he who chooses the infinite has been chosen by the infinite. Never forget this promise of Sri Aurobindo and keep courage in spite of all difficulties. You are sure to reach the goal. The more you keep confidence, the quicker it will come. I have had innumerable examples of the power of right attitude. I can give you a little example. You remember the night of the great cyclone when there was a tremendous noise and the splash of rain all about the place? I thought I would go to Sri Aurobindo's room and help him in shutting the windows. I just opened his door and found him sitting quietly at his desk writing. There was a solid peace in the room that nobody would have dreamed that a cyclone was raging outside and the windows were all wide open. Not a drop of rain was coming inside, says our Divine Mother. Question, sweet mother, I want an electric lamp in the corridor of my room. For this, our Divine Mother says, it would be more proper to write, would it be possible to have an electric lamp in the corridor? The ego would do well to become a little more modest. When humanity was first created, the ego was the unifying element. It was around the ego that the different states of being were grouped. But now that the birth of superhumanity is being prepared, the ego has to disappear and give way to the psychic being, which has slowly been formed by the divine intervention in order to manifest the divine in the human being. Question, sweet mother, why are men obliged to leave their bodies? For this, our Divine Mother says, because they do not know how to keep up with nature in her progress towards the divine. When man lives by and for the divine, his life will be longer. And one day the divine will reveal to him the secret of immortality. A child comes up to the mother and says, I simply want to be beautiful. For this, our Divine Mother says, do sincerely some physical culture and you will succeed. Message for the inauguration of a house. Our Divine Mother says, let this new house be filled with the ardent aspiration for the divine realization, and in answer to the call, the divine presence will be there. Let this house be a symbol of the psychic, the temple of the eternal divine presence. What can one do against obsession when there is an intense suffering? Look at a beautiful flower. The grace is there to give you the supreme strength to whoever takes the resolution. Our Divine Mother says, let this year bring you the power to smile in all circumstances. For a smile acts upon the difficulties as the sun upon the clouds, it disperses them. Question, sweet mother, are you with us during the collective meditation at the playground? For this, our Divine Mother says, certainly, I am always there. Our Divine Mother says, each man has a mission to fulfill, a role to play in the universe, a part he has been given to learn and take up in the cosmic purpose, a part which he alone is capable of executing and none other. This he has to learn and acquire through life experiences, that is to say, not in one life but in life after life. One reads Savitri to develop one's intelligence and to understand deeper things. One concentrates at the Samadhi to grow in devotion and to put oneself in contact with Sri Aurobindo in order to receive his help. If these things have any value for you, you must do them regularly. About Savitri, the daily record of the spiritual experiences of the individual who has written, a complete system of yoga which can serve as a guide for those who want to follow the integral sadhana, the yoga of the earth in its ascension towards the divine, and the experiences of the Divine Mother in her effort to adapt herself to the body she has taken and the ignorance and falsity of the earth upon which she has incarnated. The importance of Savitri is immense. Its subject is universal, its revelation is prophetic. The first thing one learns on the way, says our Divine Mother, is that the joy of giving is far greater than the joy of taking. Then gradually one learns to forget oneself is a source of immutable peace. Later on, in this self-forgetfulness, one finds the divine, and that is the source of an ever-increasing bliss. Our Divine Mother says, Sri Aurobindo told me one day that if men knew this and we were convinced of it, they would all want to do yoga. The divine is the sure friend who never fails, the power, the support, the guide. The divine is the light which scatters darkness, the conqueror who assures the victory. With all my blessings, says our Divine Mother. For centuries and centuries, humanity has waited for this time. It has come, but it is difficult. I don't simply tell you we are here upon earth to rest and enjoy ourselves. Now is not the time for that. We are here to prepare the way for the new creation. So I have called you to tell you that. Take what you can, do what you can. My help will always be with you. All sincere effort will be helped to the maximum. It is the hour to be heroic. Heroism is not what is said to be, it is to become wholly unified, and the divine help will always be with those who have resolved to be heroic in full sincerity. You are here at this moment. You are here at this moment, that is to say, upon earth, because you chose it at one time. You do not remember, but I know that is why you are here. Question, sweet mother, how is that we have met? For this, our Divine Mother says, we have all met in previous lives. Otherwise, we would not have come together in this life. We are of one family and have worked through ages for the victory of the divine and its manifestation upon earth. In truth, the divine has chosen everyone and everyone and everything will return to him. But for some, it will take thousands of lives, while for others, it will happen in this very lifetime. Our Lord Sri Aurobindo says, the object of my integral yoga is to transform life by bringing down into it the light, power, and bliss of the divine truth and its dynamic certitudes. This yoga is not the yoga of the world shunning asceticism, but of divine life. The earth, material life, is essentially the life of progress. As for the periods of progress, they are on earth and in the body. In integral yoga, one can do in a very short time what otherwise takes an interminable time. But it is always in the body and always upon earth that is done, not elsewhere. That is why when one is in a body, one must take advantage of it and not waste one's time. Our Divine Mother says to grow in consciousness is the very aim of life on earth. It is through the experience of successive lives that the range of the subconscious is gradually reduced. By yoga and the effort to find the divine in oneself and in life, one hastens the work considerably, and it can be done in a few years, says our Divine Mother. I look at a rose, a thing that contains such a concentration of spontaneous beauty. One has only to see it to be sure that there is a divine. It is a certainty that there is nothing but that, something we cannot name, something we cannot define, something we cannot describe, but something we can feel and can more and more become. A something that is more perfect than all the perfections, more beautiful than all the beauties, more marvelous than all the marvels, so that even the totality of all that exists cannot express it, and there is nothing but that. Our Divine Mother says, remain very quiet, open your mind and your heart to Sri Aurobindo's influence and mine, withdraw deep into an inner silence which may be had in all circumstances. Call me from the depths of this silence, and you will see me standing there in the center of your being. Fix a time every day when you can be free and undisturbed. Sit comfortably. Think of your psychic being with an inspiration, with an aspiration to enter into contact with it. If you don't succeed immediately, don't be discouraged. You're sure to succeed one day. I only ask that you let me know what time you have chosen so that I can help you more consciously. Our Divine Mother says, I have seen your psychic being standing erect within your being, ready to take responsibility for your life and lead you to the light and truth. I have seen your psychic being standing erect within your being, ready to take the responsibility for your life and lead you to the light and truth. Its dignity is great, its determination unfailing. It will win the victory, says our Divine Mother. For behind the appearances one perceives this grace, infinite, wonderful, all powerful, which knows all, organizes all, arranges all, and leads us, whether we like it or not, whether we know it or not, towards the supreme goal, that is union with the divine, the awareness of the Godhead and union with Him. It is what Sri Aurobindo has said from the beginning, that hidden in the depths, at the core of matter, there is the divine presence, and that the whole terrestrial evolution is made to return to the creation, to its origin, to this divine presence which is at the center of everything. To believe is to have faith that there cannot be a world without the divine. A faith that is a living knowledge that the existence of the world is enough to prove that the divine is there. Without the divine, there is no world. Our Divine Mother says, earth is not something separated from Him and alien to Him. It is a deformation of Himself which must once again become what it was in its essence, that is the divine. He is not a stranger, my child. You fancy that He is a stranger, but He is not in the least. He is the essence of your being, not an alien at all. You may not know Him, but He is not a stranger. He is the very essence of your being. Without the divine, you would not exist. Without the divine, you could not exist even for the millionth part of a second, says our Divine Mother.